So the first thing is 2010 and 2007. There is so much differences. Uh, lot of them are singular. Most of them are singular. The only thing is 2010 has an info path facility. You can design, you can write a query in info path using C#.
Okay.
That is one of the best features. So, are you aware of info path forms?
No, I'm not. No, I'm not.
Yeah, that is one of the best feature enable in which you can design for creating the list as well. In 2007, you don't have that option that you can create a list using info path form, but here you can easily create a list using info path form, and you can write the code according to your wish. You can include the workflows with 2007. So the first thing is I'll let you know. Okay, introduction of SharePoint. That's okay. That everybody know. And collaboration and portal features like list and libraries, content types, site workspaces, pages, meeting work. I'm sure that you should be aware of all those things.
Yes.
Yeah, you are aware of list and libraries. Have you?
List, libraries, and I create those things. So the workflows and stuff like that. So I'm familiar with that. If I miss anything on this alerts, target audience, yeah, I know those things. Target audience, probably we need to cover that actually.
Just target audience. That's a good question. I'll let you know. And you know the about alerts, right?
Yes, I do.
Yeah, it's targeted audience. It's nothing but when we are creating a list, we have an option in site settings itself, which I can say instead of site settings, I can say it's like a list permissions, list settings. So in list settings, you will be having an option called targeted audience. Target audience is nothing but once you update the list. The people who should know about this is, instead of alerts, a mail will be sent. A mail will be sent with changes in the list. Got me? Yeah, whatever the changes we have in the list or the additions in the data, it will be updated directly in the mail, and you will get a mail stating that okay, this is the change we have, and it's similar to alerts, but it's specific to only person who will target the audience. Will target only this person. Okay. Send a mail to this person stating that okay, there is a change. So this will come up constantly. Okay. Alerts everyone can set up, but target audiences once the data is updated, this person or the manager should get a mail stating that okay, this data is updated. So we are targeting some of the people or the group of people. The models, introduction of WSS model and introduction of SharePoint related names. Are you aware of those programming libraries?
No, I don't know those things.
It's basically the developing part, the code developing using the C#. So we'll come across once we are done with. It's just a developing, nothing else, nothing much. I'll let you know once we are creating all the list and we are in development. So it's very easy how to create and what is the list using the C# methodology. Using the queries, how to, and it's all about pulling the data from the servers, or how to pull the data from SQL server or the Oracle server, and error handling. Web parts, I know you would be aware of web parts.
Yes, except for some reason I couldn't make the Excel web part work because there's Excel web services wasn't turned on, and there's some issues there.
That's true. Excel web part you have to integrate means that the Excel services need to be integrated. Activate. Excel or Oracle services need to be activated at any point of time. Without that it cannot be. If it also it will give us an error stating that okay, some functionality is not working. So the first thing is if you want to use the Excel services, you have to be enabled the Excel services, and then we can go ahead. And what is the level of usage in by using these web parts?
I'm sorry. What is I can see the question.
Yeah, it's like the web parts. What is the level of usage? What did you create?
Oh, the web part basically, what we do is we have different the web parts enabled pages. Basically, when we create a project, it actually creates different work items on a different list, and I have that displayed in one web part page. Basically, I have two lists. One updates the other one, so the list is as web part shown on the page, basically. And also, what I was looking at is I was also looking at the PowerPoint. PowerPoint allows you kind of like PowerPoint slide presentation slides.
Yeah, in the SharePoint itself, it's just like a slide earlier. Yeah.
Right.
Yep. But the web part is, I know what you're dealing exactly is correct. But we can do too many things with web parts. Like we can include the forms. The forms which is related to, the background is a list. But the front end, what we are using is the form in the web part. It's just a form. Nothing will be displayed in the form. Now, just to retrieve the data using web part and to update the data in the list using web part through form info platform. That is how it would be useful. So in some cases, in some list or some data, a person needs to be updating the data, but a person should not see the data what it is in there. So at that time, what we can do is the form we can create a form and then integrate this form with web part, and then we'll give them the link. Okay, this is the link which you can update the data. So he'll just update the data and save, and the data will update in the list. Okay. So that there is a security in viewing the list or the data which is already available in it. So the web part is basically known for that, to create a list without seeing the data, and we can retrieve the data simultaneously. I'll let you know once we are dealing with info platform. This is one of the beautiful topics, the info platform and the web parts. We can create wonders, like we can create the applications in web parts.
Okay.
Yep. An introduction to say SharePoint services providers. That's a small topic. Just what is the services, what shared services provider, what we have, and in SharePoint what is the integration, each and everything. And
the crawl rules and crawl scripts those are for indexing the data for search.
That's true. That's true. Okay. That's true. It's a simple thing, but we have to go in depth before we know all those things. Crawl rules, crawl schedules, security trimming. I'm sure that you might use in several cases, but you might not ever. This is a security trimming. I'm sure that you might not be knowing. Okay, this is what security trimming is. You will come to know definitely. And site settings and personalization. Yep.
Site creation, home version, my profile.
My sites and personalization, and
it's okay.
It's like your site. Whenever you order, you ask a site, a team site, or the departmental site, or we have two kinds of sites. Three kinds of sites. One is the organization level, and the next one is the team departmental. The next one is team-wise, team side. Okay, the organization level, what you can call, I can call you as intranet sites. So most of the companies, they are using the SharePoint as an intranet site. I'm sure you must be having an intranet site locally in your organization.
Right. Oh yeah. It's a private facing. That's what we use. Intranet. Yes.
Yeah, intranet. That's a site where everybody can view and what is the updates, what is the information, communication regarding the company or the budget, the finances, the status, everything about the company, and organization. I can say the departmental side it's for the department. It's for the department. Like you can create the owners of the departmental side can create anything to to give a clear picture of that department, and it would be it's just like an intranet site. However, they have the restricted permissions, only the read only, but you can share each and everything. It's like the read only, the visitors are the read only, and you can create whatever you like. The department file you have each and everything, and the team side it's for the team. The team it's only the restricted permission. You can include users, you can exclude users, or you can just remove users. You can include users. Like you can do n number of things, but in departmental side you cannot include users. It's just a bulk of users, the company organization users can view. That's it. You cannot change. And you know about do you know about permissions, list permissions?
I haven't really worked too much in the permission area now.
We have three kinds of permissions: list permissions or security permissions. I can say site permissions. I can say. So one is it's like the full control. Full control. Who the owners will have the full control of the site. It's I mean the full control is it's only for to developing the site or including any of the pages or anything, but you cannot include anything. It's like you cannot edit the site.
So I had some issues with that kind of stuff, because that's why I try to stay away from the permission, because I was trying to like manage permission on a list. However, it actually changed the permission on the team site itself instead of just a list. So
it's yeah, I'll definitely let you know what exactly the problem. It's like an error once you're creating that. It's an error you're getting.
No, it's actually instead of just maintaining permission just for that list, it actually somehow changed permission on the whole the site itself for a particular user. So
if you can share your screen so that I can let you know what exactly the problem. It's like three kind of permissions we have. Like one is the use with the full control. The team owners or the site owners will have the full control of the site. You can edit, you can delete, you can do anything within the space what you have given in the site. Okay, you cannot include some kind of the format is same. The site format is same. In the site format, the space you can use as however you like. You can create libraries, you can create lists, you can create agendas, tasks, multitasking, surveys, anything you can do. And the next one is the editors. Editors is like they have the permission of updating, deleting the what they have updated. It's not everything. The deleting of the updation of what they have done. Only these people have done, and then can view and update, add anything they can do. But they have the limited access, like they can update only, they can delete only their update what data they have updated. It's not everyone's, it's only their data. If I have to create a survey, I have I have the editor permission, I have an editor permission. What I'll do is I'll go ahead and update the survey, and then I don't like the survey, I will delete the survey. That's it. The data in that survey. Not the survey, the data in that survey. And then the next one is like contributors. Contributors are the people. The next permission is like contributors. The contributors is like they can update, they can view, they can add, but they cannot delete. They can edit, update, and then they can just view. And the last one is the restricted access. Just only the read-only view everyone has. So these are the four types of user permissions that we have. So in these four types, we can create a groups. Like we can create a certain group with certain people stating that okay, they will be having only read-only permissions. And certain group we can create a group called as some name like editors, and they can edit, they can view, they can edit. And the owners obviously will have the full control. It's just we have the ink.
Okay.
Hello?
Hello, yeah, I lost your voice for a minute.
Yeah, I'm sorry, I was on mute by mistake.
Oh,
And I was talking. Okay, do you deal with any of the servers apart from SharePoint? Or you work with any of the technology?
like what kind of technology?
SQL or Oracle or SAP or
I
anything?
use, yeah, I use a little SQL, a little bit of Informatica, like a little Teradata, a little bit, and stuff like that. Qt.
No, Informatica, that's one of the business too.
Yes, business intelligence.
Business intelligence. So in SharePoint, what Microsoft has done is they did not introduce any of the business intelligence tool like SQL has a micro Informatica or MicroStrategy,
Right.
and SAP has BO objects, and Oracle has Hyperion. They have not many things.
Right.
But the SharePoint, what he has done is, whatever the business intelligence tool you deal with Informatica, and end of the day, the reporting goes through Excel.
Right.
Right? You enter the data, you create some of the, POs or some of the applications you create each and everything. However, the end information again we have to extract in Excel or Access, and then prepare a report and go ahead and do the graphs.
Right.
Right? So what exactly he is the business intelligence. He has introduced the Excel services, business data cataloggy, that is one of the Access services. And he says, okay, this is what the best business intelligence what we have. So use the services. So SharePoint, if I talk, the business intelligence is Excel services, and no other Informatica or MicroStrategy that doesn't have any scope like creating a graphs in the application itself. There is no way. However, in SharePoint services, SharePoint they have. Oh, obviously, we create a graph in Excel, right? So he has given this as a business intelligence, Access and Excel. These are the business intelligence services in SharePoint.
Okay.
So this is one of the good thing, using Excel with parts, with web applications, and then the Access web applications, and UDF assemblies. Are you aware of UDF assemblies?
No, I don't.
Okay. Have you heard about Excel synchronization?
No, I haven't heard that.
Yeah, that's one of the good tool, a good option given in 2010. This is the major difference when it comes to business intelligence. 2007 and 2010 have lot of difference. 2007 doesn't support Excel services 100%. There is some problem. If they enable the Excel services in 2007, the data, if you write a macro or any buttons you create, it will not work. However, in 2010, SharePoint has enabled, Microsoft has enabled all the services. You can write a macro, you can design a form in Excel, and then that would be enabled in SharePoint while integrated with SharePoint or the Excel services.
Okay.
Yep. So the synchronization part is one of the best one in SharePoint 2010. The data, you have a huge data of I can say some 100 rows, 200 rows, or 300 rows you have, and this data should be updated in SharePoint list. How do you do that? 200 columns with 85 fields. How much time it will take to update the data in SharePoint list?
Yeah, a lot of
Completely
time.
a
Yeah.
lot of time. That manually typing or copying, pasting each and every cell into the SharePoint list, it take a hell lot of time. So what the 2010 Microsoft SharePoint 2010 did, it has enabled the services like synchronization. The Excel, what it has, the data, just the data, select the data and draw a table, make a table for the data, and then synchronization option is there in 2010. You synchronize, the complete data will be synchronized with SharePoint, and it will automatically create a list with the same fields in Excel. What are the fields we have in Excel with the data, complete data? We take just 1 minute or half minute, 30 seconds. Within 30 seconds according to the data. If it is less data, it will take less than 30 seconds. If it is more data, a maximum of 30 seconds it will sync. And the best part in this one is whenever you change in SharePoint the data or any updation or any additions you made in SharePoint, once you synchronize again with Excel table, automatically the changes will appear in Excel.
Okay.
And vice versa, if you make any changes in Excel, just make a synchronization, or just right click and then synchronize. It will update in SharePoint, latest change. So both ways. So huge data can be synchronized using Excel services. This is one of the good things. And Access, anyways, it's really good. We have an option in 2007 itself when you update the data in Access or the SharePoint layers data which is there, you export and then link with an Access. So whatever changes you would do in Access, it will update in. If you're not linked with SharePoint services, it would be SharePoint 2010. It would be updated in SharePoint. The changes, all the changes in Access will update within seconds. Just a fraction of seconds, it would be updated. Okay. Yep. These are the two things. And I know you work, about workflows.
Yeah.
What kind of workflows you have created?
The basic the workflow, like if the list is updated or created, it sends an email to people. And another workflow I created is if you create a project, that it will automatically publish some data and send an email to the developer saying the create project has been created, and this it populates some other fields. If you close a project, then it will populate the date and send emails. So basic workflows. One thing I could never make it work is I was trying to make email loop, and I couldn't figure that out. How do you loop an email? Like for instance, there's one email that goes out every week on Tuesday, right?
Okay.
How do I do that? And I tried to kind of loop it, but it doesn't really work.
You link with, okay, you have a list, and then every Tuesday it should pop up.
No, like I don't even need a list for that. If I just create a workflow, create a workflow, right, and then in that workflow, put some conditions saying send an email and then wait for a certain time and send an email, and then it will look for a list. Okay, I have a list. I can create a list, and the list field, let's say, I can put one field that says email sent yes or no, and if the email sent field is no, send an email to the entire crew, right? And then after you send an email, go to the same list, update the list, and check that email sent flag off, and wait for 1 week, and then I was trying to loop it like that. It just doesn't really work. I mean, do you know how to loop in SharePoint like that?
Yeah, yes, exactly. If you're talking about 1 week, the loop, every Tuesday or every Wednesday, a mail has to send and file, like, you have to create an option, a field like today, every day is today. So once you're creating a workflow, it's like today plus 7. Okay, so today if I send a mail, and next mail will be sent again plus 7 days. That means next week the same day or like Friday. So it's like you have to write like a +7 plus 1 week.
Today +7.
Yes, that's true. Today +7 will work.
Okay, if you do that, then like if I have an email that says send an email today +7, right? If I put that condition, then tomorrow.
The first thing is, how are you using this SharePoint and creating workflows? How are you doing that? Using SharePoint Designer or?
Yeah, I'm sure I use the SharePoint Designer.
Then you can do that. And if you are using the SharePoint normal workflows, then you cannot do that. I don't think so. You have that many options in normal workflows. What they have given in the list or the workflows. But SharePoint Designer, however, definitely we can do that.
Okay.
Yeah, try out this today +7. I'm sure definitely it should work.
But I'm like, for instance, like let's say if I do today +7, like if it's look for the list, and if that field, the email sent field is it's not checked, right? It's not checked. Then send an email, right?
Okay.
And then wait for today +6.
Today +6. What it would be? 6 is again Thursday.
Yeah. Today. Wait for today +6.
Today +7.
Today +7. Yeah. Today.
Yep.
Wait for today +7, and then go to the same list. Update the item to email sent flag no, right? And if the email sent flag is no, send an email.
Send again email. Yep.
Yeah. Try doing that kind of stuff. Doesn't work. It just like I couldn't figure it out. I've done so many things like that. It just for some reason it doesn't. It sends one email and it just doesn't loop.
Oh.
And I wonder how companies do that, because it's
even I did that. I did the same. That's why I could able to tell. I have a list where every week we have to update. The project managers will update the data, and then the big forecast data, whatever they have. So what exactly I have created the list, and then I have created a form, and this form automatically pops up every Friday. And today it will be doing every Friday, and then they have to update. They update. They will get a mail using info path form. Once they update the fields, automatically my data and SharePoint get updated through email. And then once everything is updated, I have the task is completed. I have created 2 tasks, so I'll get a review. Once they update, I get a review. Once I say approve, the data what is there in the info path form in the mail, it will update in SharePoint list with the changes, latest changes.
Oh, okay.
So it's like I use 3 ways. One is info path form, and one is mail, and then one is a workflow.
Now, is this on 2007 or 2010?
2010. This feature is enabled in 2010.
I think maybe that's 2007. The email doesn't.
Might be. That might be. That is the major difference between, because 2007 is biggest flop. I can see. 2003 is somewhat okay, because that's the starting stage of SharePoint. So and then customization. You know about UI customization?
I think the UI customization you have to do it using Visual Studio, right?
Yeah, that's true. Visual Studio, and then it's like in Excel services also you can see what is exactly UI is when you are creating the Excel services. The UI, the codes of UI, each and everything will be updated when you are doing an Excel services, and then Visual Studios. Exactly. Right. Okay. And then developing master pager, this is exactly what the development, the code development to that. Once they are into SharePoint, they buy space from Microsoft, and then the first and foremost thing is the site branding. They do the site branding. So whenever they do the site branding, they create a page, they create each and everything. Then when you ask for the site, the theme site, or the departmental site, they'll give you this site branding site with the space. So in that site branding, okay, suppose some companies have, some X company has their own site, so they have a standard format for each and every department. Just the SharePoint has, for the company, has some standard format. Okay, the the top it should be the name of the company, and then left hand the logo, and the right hand something else, and then this is the standard format they'll do, and they'll give you the space, and then you can create. It's like standard format of the left side the colors, the list colors, the quick task colors, each and everything should be standard for every group in the organization, or every team for the organization, or the department in the organization. So, and then this part is exactly once they buy the space from Microsoft. This part the complete. It's the hardcore development, I can say.
Okay.
This part the site running. It's the hardcore development once they buy the space from Microsoft Sharepoint. Okay, okay. Deployment is one of the feature which should be done by Visual Studio. Like the events, whatever you have, whatever create, if you create a master page, so what exactly they do? It's deployment is like a testing. Testing, and then once we are done with the testing, so we say, okay, this master page is good to go, everything is set. Okay, it has all the features what 2010 features has, so we'll deploy this one. This is again the core development using Visual Studio. So we might not require, I think these two parts. If you are completely into development, yes, definitely. But if you are using this SharePoint, doing a SharePoint designing, then we don't require this, because it's already done, and it will get after that. It's already done, and then the site whatever we get is after all these two steps. Backup and restore, the same thing. Installation, configuration, auditing, usability is all nothing but case study. What they did in the site, it's an example. Okay. Yep. That's it. Anything else for today, or you wanted to learn